Most welcome to the Voice of Evolution. So the month of August is going to be a very, very important month when it comes to becoming your own research center and moving full-time from carbon into the crystallization of the body, which for many people is still very foreign. Moving into a light environment and a light body requires quite some technology that has hardly been educated due to the airy-fairy lands being witnessed too much on the Google machine. And so truth will speak louder and louder and louder until you eventually would like to taste light. Tasting light comes through many different platforms, of course. Many understand the light that comes from the sun vibration, the lion that roars and brings the power back into the higher level of trust, of strength, physical and mental strength that has also not been educated and be held back from everybody, while it should be the first term to educate to our little ones on the planet. So because then we would have witnessed a more mature society and community. So here many people are feeling they are willing to move in a refined body. They want to get rid of their mental stress, fears, disorders, whatever is happening, high level emotions, and not knowing how to deal with them. So fasting through the entire month is very, very beneficial in order to understand where the earth plane is heading. And so the divine actually brings through the lion's gate with a pillar of light that moves through the entire spinal column in order to move through the phoenix with the phoenix and all the light elements, not just earth elements. The light earth elements are important, and because they will change the gene pool of the human structure into light body parts. So this is really a great stage to connect with everything that is water, because it conducts your eternal life forces through the entire embodiment. And once that is understood, then you can think about how much you carry water in the body, how much water retention you have in your kidneys, in your legs, wherever in the body. And so we can start with bringing to a lot more pride, a lot more respect to light earth in the first place, and understanding the organic construction, which most people do not want to understand either. So because it's the first level of moving back into health actually, and being one with spirit consciousness. As I said in my former video, it's so important to eliminate the creation of the mind by the human kingdom. It was non-existent in any former crystalline lifetime. So, and for eons we have been removing the atrocities of the monsters of the universe, and still many scientists are digging how that came true, which I have explained many times over and over again. And so people are asking me, what if we don't move into a light body? I don't have any answers, because if you are not working with what you are, what will you be able to work with? You are a light organism that needs to synchronize with the light organism of the earth. And so your energy fields can bring back the health of the planet and the soil. And that is 100% merging with the elements, with a starting point, and that is moving the house of light, that is termed Shambhala, anchored in the United States, the heart of Shambhala, anchored um, some places in Africa and Asia. And so, we have different light parts we need to reconnect with, and that is also difficult to understand. So everything that has not been educated is actually difficult to understand, right? And so take it like you are maybe willing to get a university degree into light body, and so that needs study, that needs time and energy investment, that needs discernment, that needs alignment and trust to your spirit. And so in order for the fire of the phoenix to rise to every energy center, it's very imperative to really clear out the water, the cerebrospinal waters, the intercellular waters, especially the waters that come to the lymph node, that run through the entire embodiments, the water in your kidneys, where you hold a lot of emotions. So I'm getting the water trust of the oceans back in the body, and working with lakes that bring the transition in the brain takes quite some work. So I suggest here, when we are moving into yeah, the biggest transition ever, to really stand your ground with everything that is termed a mask. I will never wear a mask. I'd rather die, but we can live on mana, on light infusion. And when in a light body, so the elements like the herbs, the vitamins, minerals, they work completely different than any doctor or scientist not working in a light environment can explain. They can explain how the earth plane works with it, but not how light earth works with it. And that is so important to maybe take into consideration. I've been working with that for more than 10 years, and most of it I start to understand it because it comes through so strongly. If we can change our breath and upgrade the breath every day, then that is already a very great transition. But then we need to align to all the elements at once, the earth elements, the eaters, the water, of course, and knowing how to work with the fire element and bring that into balance. It's all about these balancing skills that are so important in order to restore the brain and bring light back to the gene pool, in order to allow them to transition into light body parts and light brain parts. And the biggest transition, I always test myself, I do not want to hear anymore testing on animals and treating them as a lower species than ever. That these are atrocities, should not be allowed anymore anyways. So when working in a light environment, the only medication will always be through light, yet a lot of knowledge is needed, and working yourself through with knowledge, which is actually the bridge into this golden age, and bringing that through, that is so beautiful. So for those willing to make the transition over the fasting period, first of all, you cleanse the intestinal tract, you cleanse the liver, the pancreatic outlet, and you remove the fight and flight syndrome actually. But most importantly, it is working from the brain into the organs, because if the mind control and the death hormone are still there and not being eliminated, then your organs cannot transition as fast as they would like to. So the word, when the word, the power of the word, the wall of power is being reinstalled, your cells will take over the power of your word and will listen to every word you say. We cannot witness that in soul consciousness because you have to repeat it 10 million times before your cells answer that. And so that is the biggest difference between listening to earth or light earth consciousness and any information coming through that. And also with many diseases, in the first place, there is fasting is always beneficial, especially as I explained in my former videos, going for 5 days at least. Stop it for 1 day and repeat the 5 days as long as you wish. Is you will see that you will release so many toxins from the intestinal tract, apart from water. I mean the compost, the intestinal tract do host more than 10 to 20 years old compost. So can you imagine how that smells? And that comes out when working with the light body of the earth and thus the light water of the oceans, and how to do that in a celestial body. So I have an online over there as well for those interested to at least move in a celestial body, opening the spiritual body in a light grid environment, so you can squeeze the matrix of what is happening now and the mind control or manipulation that is getting stronger and stronger as we are putting out more and more light and killing those fields with our light as we merge with the elements. And so that is what the elements are asking from us, to start and open up co-creative endeavors. And so as we assist them, they assist us, and so we transition into light waves. And that is the whole goal of the planet and the whole transition of the planet, and for the incoming 100 years. So where will you be is the question. Do you want to remain in an earth body, or are you willing to move into a light earth body and doing the work? And so the only thing that might just hold you back is laziness. We all have that in soul consciousness. I had that too. So once you remove the laziness, the fear, the distrust, and all of that, then you can start working, opening up your eternal light body that equals out the light body of all the masters that are on the planet and assisting us 100%. It's about listening. So listening in spirit consciousness and listening in soul consciousness is 100% different. And so you get a lot of different information coming through, and that is how we can assist the new schooling, the new educational system, because in the light body you instantly know what to give to a certain person actually, and how to heal them out. So those willing to move into an eternal healer and an eternal light body that can heal out everybody with many techniques. It means you first, in the first place, you learn about the 12 ways and how to work with them and how to apply the 10 higher ways. So I haven't got that one out yet, because it's so interesting to work with languages of lights and code people with languages, and that is how you become a true knowledgeable healer. That you mean every entity needs a different kind of healing, and that is not been educated either. So you need to work with your knowledge, with your spirit, your source, and your spark, and need to get that information instantly, and so you can fuse that in to the brains and actually heal the entire brain, because if you heal the brain, the entire endocrine system will move into your organic system, so, and release the organs from the former pain, so to speak. And so there is a lot to it, but anyways, the month of August, fast, get your fire into the lion's gate, and when fire meets water, that's all you need to kill the fires going on, right? And that comes with a lot of knowledge, trust, faith into the divine. So move your spirit high, dance every day, listen to as much music that you can. You know, music has not been educated, but you know, when you play music that you love, and make a playlist every week, a new playlist that you love, that is quite enough to bring that transition of water in the body, and how to do that. So I have a lot of onlines in the description box as well that can absolutely assist you a great deal. So depending on where you are willing to go with yourself, staying into the earth or moving into the crystalline light of earth. That is a large difference, pardon me, and a decision to make from now until December. That is, yeah, reorganizing the self to see the reorganization on the planet. Thank you so much for being with me, supporting me, sharing my channel if you like it, and especially comment, speak out, speak the word. What are your problems? What is your static? What do you struggle with? And I will make a video about it. No matter where you stand, we need to merge. No matter where consciousness is, we're all in it together, right? Thank you.